Good afternoon, hope you're doing well. I'm Luke and I'm the founder of Custom Logo Shop and I'm about to do your brand review. I've just spent 30 minutes going through your website to see if I can point anything out with your brand that we can improve and see what's good, what we can keep. I've also had a look at your competitors to see what their branding's like, see if we can get any inspiration from those and see if they've got any weaknesses we can exploit that we could use and do better for your brand. So to start, overall the website I think looks really nice. These images you've chosen look high-end, high quality, professional. These look very authoritative, again high-end, which I assume as you're in London and you've got these type of images, I assume you'd go for some high-end clients maybe. I notice you use all these images across the whole website, which really does give that branding feel that you're going for the high-end client. It works really well across the whole website. I like this grey colour you've got as well. The only thing I'd say is there's a bit of a disconnect between the logo and the imagery that you're using across the website, and I assume that the imagery that you're using is the type of branding you really want to get across. So one thing I'd suggest is trying to pick a logo that looks a bit more authoritative, a bit stronger and a bit more professional to go with these images and really fit into the brand. As you can see, the logo down here doesn't really fit very well into these. There's a bit of a disconnect between them, the rest of the branding. But overall I think you've done a really good job with these images. It's difficult to get imagery right on most websites, as lots of your competitors don't really seem to have the same quality or image choice as you have on yours, so I think that's a good plus on your brand. So let's have a look at some of the competitors. This is another London security service. You can see that their logo looks quite strong, looks quite authoritative. It could be better. When I was looking at through lots of the other competitors, I don't really see a great deal of quality brand up there. And there isn't much imagery on this website either, so I think you're doing better in that aspect. This Westminster security, this looks nice, authoritative, although I'd probably get rid of these gradients on this logo. I think that gives it a bit of a cheap effect on the design. And again, I think your website looks better. You've got better images than these. And another competitor I came across was Garvian, which these have nice imagery. I like these colours. The logo looks quite unique. It looks strong, looks secure. Again, looks authoritative. I think out of the other competitors, I think this one looks the best. Although the amount of websites I went through, there wasn't a great deal of good brands out there, so I think you can definitely do better. A few ideas for your logo I would look at is having a more secure and unique icon, because the logo you've got at the moment, especially when it stands on its own, looks quite generic and a little bit dull. The icon could do with being a bit more unique, and the text could do with a stronger feel as well. And I'm not sure if you could probably add a splash of colour in there as well, even though the black gives it that strong and serious impression. A few logos I had a look at through a search. There's some good ones here. Security logo. These will probably be different businesses than yours, but as you can see, it has that secure feel that's unique with the S in the bad shape. It's just a quick scan to see, give you a bit of inspiration. There was a logo we did with an A icon as well, which might be useful for some inspiration for your branding. The A looks really strong. It's not a really clear A, but it's an icon that's going to be unique and eye-catching, which works really well for your branding. Because right now it's just, your logo is just an A in a box, and I think you could do a much better job of that. Onto the colours of the website. The greys are nice. Really like those. I like these colours down here. They all follow a similar pattern of being blue, grey, silver and navy. And I'm wondering if you could try and fit this into the bar here, rather than the light gold that you've got now. I'd either choose a silver colour, a blue colour, which blue is a trustworthy, secure colour, which is good choice psychologically. And if you plan on keeping this gold, I'd perhaps make it a bit darker. I feel that right now it looks a little bit too bright and it's on the verge of not becoming a shade of gold, so perhaps would make it a bit of a deeper tone like this maybe. It's quite similar, but just play with the shade a little bit, and I think it fits into the grey nicer as well. So overall, your brand, I think you've done a fantastic job of the website. The imagery you use, the fonts on the website look really good. But I just think there's a bit of a disconnect there. I think my first impression of it when I hovered over your Facebook profile, without actually reading too much into your company or knowing what you do, for some reason it reminded me of an adventure type sports brand. I think that's maybe because of the A. There's also a company called Animal Pack which resembles your logo a little bit, I think. On the website, see, there's an A logo. It's just reminded me of it. Here, you can see the A there, and I think this is used in quite a lot of sports or adventure brands, so I try and move away from that. But overall, I think you've done a fantastic job of choosing images, which is, again, a big part of your branding. So I think you've got that sorted. I just think there's a bit of a disconnect between the logo and the overall feel and branding that you've got now. So I definitely look at getting this logo following the rest of the branding, because I think what you've done here is perfect representation of what you're all about and the customers you're trying to target. So I think you just need this to represent all of that you've got on here when the logo stands alone. So that's all I've got to really say about the branding review. I hope that you didn't find it too biased about the logo, but there is a lot of positive points about the branding that you've done so far. So if you have any questions or you need any help, or you'd like me to help you with some ideas perhaps for your logo, then please do get in touch. Hope you found it helpful. Have a great day.